Welcome back, everybody, to Inventive Minds.
It's great to be back.
Our 8th episode. Yeah, episode number 8.
Wow, time flies.
And, for this one, we're doing something a little different. We're not talking, spaceships and time travel and all that crazy stuff.
Right.
We're going back in time. But we're looking at inventions that changed how we live at home.
Yeah.
Just at home, so.
The home comforts, the things that
Yeah, the stuff we totally take for granted.
we just assume have always been there, right?
And this episode, by the way, is brought to you by the awesome folks over at AudioCast Lab India.
Yeah.
They do amazing work. They basically take ideas and turn them into, podcast magic, so
Yeah, they make it all happen.
big shout out to them.
Absolutely.
But, okay, back to, home stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the thing about it. You just flip a switch and there's light.
Right.
You just toss your clothes in the washing machine.
It's magic.
It's magic.
Mhm.
Did people, even realize how big a deal this was back then?
I don't think so. We humans are so adaptable.
That's true.
We get used to things quickly and forget what life was like before.
It's like we're always focused on the next big thing.
Yeah.
Like self-driving cars or whatever.
Right. Artificial intelligence, all that.
But it's the small stuff, the everyday inventions that really change how we live.
Exactly. Think about athletes breaking records.
Okay.
Everyone's focused on them, right. But who's thinking about
The shoes.
the shoes? The high-tech gear that makes it possible?
That's a good point.
Comfort and performance, they go hand in hand?
Yeah. Okay, so no more fancy future stuff for now.
Nope.
Back to basics, back to home.
Back to the unsung heroes of invention.
All right, let's start with, the most basic one.
Okay, you got it.
The light bulb.
The light bulb, yeah, it seems so simple now, right?
Almost boring. Who cares?
But it's anything but tea boring.
Okay, why?
Think about it. Before the light bulb, nighttime was
Dark.
dark. I mean, really dark.
Yeah, okay, I get it.
And that meant everything stopped,
Work, reading.
socializing, everything.
So the light bulb, it wasn't just about seeing better.
Yeah.
It was about, extending the day.
Exactly. It completely changed how people lived.
You could get so much more done.
Exactly. Productivity went up. People had more leisure time.
So it wasn't just a tech thing, it was a societal thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's not even just that.
There's more.
The light bulb was the spark that ignited the entire electrical revolution.
Yeah.
Everything we rely on today, from appliances to our phones, the whole power grid.
Yeah, okay, that's huge.
It all traces back to that first little flicker of electric light.
It's crazy how one invention can lead to so much more.
It's like a chain reaction.
Yeah. Okay, so light bulb, check.
Yeah.
What else changed how we live at home?
Well, let's move on to something that probably saved countless hours of back-breaking labor.
I'm intrigued.
The washing machine.
Oh, the washing machine.
Can you imagine hand washing everything?
Ugh, I'd be, ripped, though.
You would. You'd have amazing arms.
But yeah, it'd take forever.
It wasn't just tiring. It was incredibly time-consuming.
All day doing laundry.
Days, even. And those early washing machines, while not as fancy as today's,
Oh, yeah, they were still pretty basic.
they were a game changer.
Yeah, way better than scrubbing by hand.
Imagine what people could do with all that freed up time.
Especially women, right?
Absolutely. It had a huge impact on their lives.
Okay, so light bulb, washing machine, we're on a roll here.
We are. What's next? Something that keeps our food fresh.
Ooh, the refrigerator.
The refrigerator. Another one we take for granted.
Big time. No more spoiled milk.
No more spoiled anything.
That must have been amazing.
It revolutionized food storage and safety.
And, leftovers.
Leftovers. Before refrigeration, food spoiled so quickly.
Waste galore.
Food waste was a huge problem, and illness, too.
So the fridge, it's not just about convenience.
Right.
It's about health, too.
Exactly. And think about the impact beyond homes.
Like what?
Supermarkets, the global food trade.
Oh, yeah, you got to keep stuff cold to ship it.
Yeah. Refrigeration made it possible to transport and store food over long distances.
So it changed how we eat, basically.
It transformed our relationship with food.
It's wild. Something we use every day had such a huge impact.
It's true for so many of these inventions.
All right, so far we've got light, laundry, and fresh food.
Yep.
What's next on this home invention tour?
Let's talk about keeping things clean.
Oh,
The vacuum cleaner.
oh yeah, the vacuum cleaner. I got to admit, I kind of like vacuuming.
Really?
There's something so satisfying about it, seeing all the dirt disappear.
I get that.
But back then, it wasn't just about, being tidy.
No, not at all.
What was it about?
Health, Dust and dirt, they were a real problem.
I guess so, yeah.
Respiratory problems, allergies.
Yikes.
The vacuum cleaner was a major step forward for indoor air quality.
So it's not just about aesthetics, it's about well-being.
Absolutely.
Okay, light bulb, washing machine, fridge, vacuum cleaner.
We're hitting all the major ones.
We are. And it seems like a lot of these inventions freed up people's time.
You're picking up the theme here.
I am. Like, they made life easier so people could do other stuff.
Exactly. And that brings us to another invention that's all about speed and convenience.
Speed and convenience.
The microwave.
The micro...
Savior of late-night cravings and reheated leftovers?
The best. But didn't it, like, start by accident?
It did. The story goes that Percy Spencer, an engineer working with radar, noticed that a candy bar in his pocket melted when he was near an active radar set.
Wait, he melted a candy bar with radar?
That's how the story goes.
Wow. That's a serious science fail turned into...
The culinary revolution.
Right. But even today, microwaves, they can be finicky.
Oh.
Sometimes you get, like, burning hot spots.
I've been there.
And other parts are still cold.
It's a gamble sometimes.
It is. But it's still so convenient, I can't complain.
Me neither. But it's interesting that you mentioned the trade-offs.
Like convenience versus maybe quality.
Exactly. Because that's a key theme when we look at the impact of these inventions on society as a whole.
Ooh, deep thoughts time.
We talked about the time they saved, the health benefits.
Right.
But there's more to this story, a bigger picture perspective.
Okay, I'm ready for it.
We'll dive into that after a quick message.
All right, listeners, we'll be back in a flash. And hey, if you're already fascinated by all this invention talk, check out the show notes.
Yeah, good idea.
We've got a list of books that go even deeper into this stuff.
They're seriously mind-blowing.
They are. Trust me, you won't be able to put them down.
Stay tuned. So we were geeking out about all those inventions, you know, the light bulbs and washing machines and fridges, vacuums, even the microwave.
Oh, the microwave call, love it.
Right. We talked about how they made chores easier, but...
It's bigger than that, right?
It is. It's about how these inventions changed society.
Okay, I'm listening.
Think about all the time people save not having to hand wash clothes or clean with, like, rags and brooms.
Yeah, that's a lot of time.
What did people do with all that extra time?
Well, they had more time for, I guess, life.
Exactly. They had time for hobbies, for learning, for starting businesses.
It's like the inventions unlocked human potential.
That's a great way to put it. They gave people the freedom to do more.
And this must have been huge for women, right?
Absolutely. I mean, traditionally, women were stuck with most of the housework.
Yeah, still are, sometimes.
True, but these inventions, the washing machine, the vacuum cleaner...
They were game changers.
They gave women more time, more control over their lives.
It's no coincidence that the women's rights movement took off around this time.
Right. It's like one thing leads to another.
A domino effect.
Exactly. And it wasn't just gender roles that changed.
What else?
Health, for one.
Okay, how so?
Cleaner homes meant less illness, fewer allergies.
Makes sense.
And then there's how these inventions changed our relationship with time.
Wait, time? Isn't time like just a constant?
Think about it. Before the light bulb,
It was dark.
people lived by the sun. They woke up when it rose, worked until it set.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But the light bulb, it changed that. It extended the day.
So people could work more, stay up later.
Exactly. Factories could operate 204/7. Cities had nightlife.
It's like time sped up.
In a way, it did. We became obsessed with productivity, with getting more done.
And we're still like that today.
We are. Always rushing, always trying to fit more in.
It's exhausting.
It can be, and it makes you wonder, did we lose something in the process?
Like what?
A connection to the natural rhythms of life, to a slower pace?
It's like we traded one set of limitations for another.
That's a great insight. It's a trade-off we're still dealing with today.
Yeah, makes you think.
It does, and it brings up another point. These inventions, they had unintended consequences.
Unintended, like they weren't planned.
Right. Take the vacuum cleaner.
Okay.
It made homes cleaner, but it also made people more aware of dust and allergens.
So like the more you cleaned, the more you saw the dirt.
Exactly. And the same thing happened with food.
The fridge?
The fridge reduced food waste, but it also led to processed foods.
Which aren't always the healthiest.
Right, so it's a trade-off. Every invention solves a problem but creates new ones.
It's like a constant back and forth.
Progress and adaptation, that's how it works.
It makes you wonder, with all the new tech coming out now,
AI, self-driving cars.
how do we avoid making the same mistakes?
That's the million-dollar question. We need to be mindful to think long term.
To consider the consequences.
Exactly. But hey, enough with the heavy stuff for now.
Right, we need a break.
What's one home invention you couldn't live without?
Ooh, good question. Let us know on social media. We love hearing from you guys.
And if you're hungry for more invention stories, check out the books in our show notes.
We've got some amazing recommendations for you, seriously.
They'll blow your mind. Okay, so we've covered light bulbs, washing machines, fridges, vacuums, even the microwave.
Quite a list.
But our journey back in time isn't over yet.
Oh, what's next?
Next time on Inventive Minds, we're leaving the comfort of our homes.
Ooh, going on an adventure.
We're going into the heart of the Industrial Revolution.
Sounds intense.
Get ready for the industrial boom, from steam to steel.
Whoa, that's a mouthful.
We'll be exploring the inventions that built modern society, from skyscrapers to the machines that changed everything.
I can't wait. Until then, keep those inventive minds curious. We were just saying how these, basic inventions, like the light bulb or the fridge, they really changed everything.
It's wild, isn't it? How something so simple could have such a massive ripple effect.
We went from, living by the sun's schedule to being able to, control time.
And that had huge consequences for society, for how we work, how we live.
We're still living in the world those inventions created, always pushing for more, faster, better.
And it's important to learn from the past, to see how those inventions shaped us.
Yeah, so we don't repeat the mistakes.
Exactly. And so we can harness the power of invention for good.
And it's a balancing act between progress and, responsibility.
I like that, a balancing act.
We want new stuff, but we don't want to mess things up.
Right, we need to be mindful of the consequences, for people and for the planet.
Think about all the new tech coming out. NOW, AI, virtual reality.
It's exciting, but it's also a little scary, right?
Totally. It's we have so much power to change things.
And with great power comes great responsibility, as they say.
So what can we learn from those early inventors, the ones who gave us the light bulb and the washing machine?
I think they tell us to be bold, to be curious, to keep asking questions.
But also to be careful, to think about the long term.
Exactly. To remember that progress isn't just about gadgets, it's about people.
It's about using tech to make the world better, not just to, have more stuff.
That's the key. When we combine invention with a sense of responsibility, that's when amazing things happen.
Well said. Okay, that's about it for this episode of Inventive Minds.
We hope you enjoyed our trip back in time, exploring those everyday inventions that changed the world.
And we hope you'll join us next time for an even bigger adventure.
We're going into the heart of the Industrial Revolution, a time of massive change and innovation.
Get ready for the industrial boom. From steam to steel.
It's going to be epic. Until then, keep those inventive minds curious.
See you next time.